Good day, everybody. September for me has always been a bit of a bittersweet month. I mean, yes, baseball heats up and football gets going. One of my new favorite sports, volleyball, gets going, and the weather is usually really nice. But September also means that probably is the last month of the warmer weather, into the baseball season. I'll even find a way to tie the beginning of football as bittersweet in a little bit. But first, September of 1999, I imagine, had to be extremely bittersweet for Tiger fans, as the ballpark I'm showing you pictures of from the book 500 Ballparks is Tiger Stadium. In September of 99 marked the last month the Tigers would be playing there, a ballpark that opened way back in 1912 and just an old fashioned ballpark. Sit down, have a hot dog and a cold beverage, be it an adult beverage or in my case a soda pop. Just an old time, old school ballpark. As I'm showing you pictures of it here before they got rid of it. But just a fine place, and think about who played there. Ty Cobb, Hank Greenberg, Al Kaline, Lou Whitaker, Alan Trammell, Kirk Gibson, who hit the first of a couple of famous home runs in the '84 World Series, putting that World Series on ice for the Tigers last time the Tigers won the World Series at that stadium. And then the opponents who played there as well. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, who ended his consecutive game streak at 2,130 at Tigers Stadium. What his illness, what became known as Lou Gehrig's disease, got the better of him. I mentioned Ted Williams, Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra. The 1971 All-Star Game, in which 22 participants, players or managers, became Hall of Famers one way or another. I mean, just a terrific ballpark, Tiger Stadium, with Hall of Famers, terrific memories all the way around. And during the 90s, people in the community did not want a new stadium. They wanted to refurbish the old one, who can blame them? But the city of Detroit and Tigers ownership disagreed. And a new, much more modern park in Comerica Park was to open in April of 2000. And the last game at Tigers Stadium played September 27th of 99, a grand slam by Robert Fick helped the Tigers beat the Royals 8-2. In fact, Fick's grand slam, the last ever hit of any kind, last base hit in a major league game at Tigers Stadium. Just have had this on my mind lately, and I think about some other bittersweet Septembers. Why, another reason it's a bittersweet month. I know I've touched on this before, but I go back to 2021. When baseball had a playoff format that I loved, it didn't have the universal DH. But I knew no matter how much I railed against the universal DH in a new playoff format, I wasn't going to win. And of course, baseball not only has the new playoff and the universal DH, but with the pitch clock and the bigger bases, stuff I've complained about before, I'm just going to say I personally don't recognize baseball half the time now. And I told you I'd tie it into football. This is the beginning of the last year of college football as we know it. This year, only 4 teams make the playoffs. I mean, the regular season means everything. Next year, 12 will be in the playoffs. Losing twice, even 3 times, probably won't be a big deal. And conferences, well, I don't even want to go there. All jumbled up, all screwed up. I'll need a program to figure out who's even where next year in terms of conferences. It's just nuts what's happening in college football, and baseball too. It's just all those things. The changes to sports and the changes to ballparks. The end of Tiger Stadium just had that on my mind recently, and I personally never got to go to Tiger Stadium. I grew up in a family that isn't the biggest baseball fans, and that's their choice. I'm not begrudging that. Just didn't get a chance to go and didn't watch a ton of games on TV there because when Tiger Stadium closed in '99, the Tigers were near the bottom of the major leagues. They were not one of the better teams in baseball at the time and were not on TV very often. And this was before I was able to get the extra innings package or anything to watch every game. But that was life. The great Tiger Stadium, 24 years ago this month, September 27th, 1999, hosted its final game. And the much more modern Comerica Park came in the following year, has an air-conditioned bar, has a Ferris wheel, a carousel. I know some would call that much more appealing. Me not so much. Personal thoughts. But we'll always have moments to remember, like the four lads would say of Tiger Stadium. Stood for 87 years. Or technically 88 seasons, if you want to put it that way. Opened in April of 1912, closed September of 99. Those are my thoughts for the day. I'll talk to you soon. Take care, everyone, and this is being taped on Labor Day. If I can get this through to YouTube on Labor Day and you're able to watch it then, have a good Labor Day. Take care, everyone.